The easing of trade tensions sparked a rally overnight in China, which saw stocks rise the most since 2015. Here in the U.S., stocks followed suit, touching almost 4 months high midday. They were also helped by some deal-making activity, which we'll get to in just a moment. Today, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 60 points to 26,091. The Nasdaq was up 26, and the S&P 500 added 3. Today's stock gains add to the strong move higher this year. But how sustainable is the rally? Mike Santoli looks into that.
The stock market in 2019 is off to its best start in 3 decades, taking the S&P 500 right up to the level where rallies failed 3 separate times last fall. Now that the losses of the worst Decembers since the 1930s have been recovered, Wall Street is asking whether this rally can continue higher from here. Well, the market action itself is encouraging to the bulls. The advance has been unusually broad, with the vast majority of stocks up dramatically from the December lows. Pullbacks have been shallow and brief on the way to a nearly 12% climb in the S&P year to date. Another point for the bulls, investor sentiment is generally muted. Surveys show only modest optimism, and investors have pulled more money from stock funds this year than they've contributed to them. From a contrary opinion angle, that's a net positive. And with the Federal Reserve emphasizing its patience toward any further interest rate hikes, bond yields have stayed low and corporate debt prices have firmed up. That helps to support equity valuations, which are now right around their 5-year average compared to forecast earnings. But those earnings estimates are a possible stumbling block. Projected earnings for the S&P 500 companies have declined steadily in recent months, with a drop in profits now expected for the first quarter and total growth for the year down to about 5%. Investors seem to be betting that an expected trade deal with China might coincide with stabilizing earnings forecasts and a boost to corporate confidence. If so, that could help validate the rebound and sustain this rally. But as stock prices go higher, so does the need for economic news to improve rather than just seeming less bad than expected. For a Nightly Business Report, I'm Mike Santoli.